Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome to It's So Real.
With your boy Oso.
And your girl Rocqi.
What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of It's So Real.
Welcome back.
You know?
Feels good. I feel like we haven't recorded in a week or something.
Even though we have.
I don't know. But, speaking of that, I am going to Maryland this month. So therefore, we won't be releasing new episodes on the audio podcast. However, we will be uploading new videos on our YouTube channel. Make sure you check those out and subscribe.
Yes, there are actually going to be a lot of content coming up for our YouTube because we have a backlog of stuff that I haven't really put out and things that I just haven't gotten a chance to edit right then and there. But with Rocqi gone and you having a little bit more space to edit things.
See, coming from me, y'all.
No, I ain't coming for you. You know, I'm letting you go.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
To Maryland.
I'm enjoying my
To
time
Maryland.
away from you too.
But yeah, it'll allow me to get like a lot of videos out, and it's gonna be good content. So it's actually a really good thing that we had this like little break because I'll be able to do that. So taking a break from the audio, like Rocqi said, but head over to our YouTube channel, subscribe because there's gonna be a lot of content coming in this upcoming month, going into June. So by the time this podcast hits, you'll be seeing that flood coming at you.
And remember to subscribe to my personal YouTube channel, Life is Rocqi. I will be trying for 10 videos every week. We'll see how I
Nice.
do.
I like it.
But that's what I'm trying for. So help me, keep motivated by subscribing, liking and sharing. Full thing.
Yes. Oh, and subscribe to Smart Love.
2 T's.
2 T's, of course. Smart Love channel on YouTube as well. A lot more advice being dropped. I'm actually putting out a video today and a couple of others consistently. We're going to do this daily thing. And if I ever miss a day, which I did over the weekend, I'm just going to double up. Like I'm going to put out 2 videos for every day that I miss, so that I'm all caught up. So definitely check that out. A lot of advice for the fellas out there, but dating and relationship advice overall. So if you're into that and you need some help with that, definitely hit up that channel, subscribe, and then hit me up because I'm also accepting new clients for my coaching, Smart Love coaching. When it comes to this, you get the advice of a therapist. So some of the things that you might have heard me on the podcast say, but then one-on-one, in-depth, personalized, and experienced couples direction and relationship direction and advice. So hit me up.
Yeah. So remember, like our podcast is our business that we work together on, but we still have our individual businesses, talents, and gifts, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Podcast is like the merging of all that.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful.
Right. So let's get to today's show.
Today's show, well, first, happy Pride Month, y'all.
Hey, shout out to all y'all, because I feel like the family, as y'all call it, well, some of them y'all call it, the black ones.
The community more so.
Yes, the community is growing more and more, and it's not growing as in like people being converted. Stop it. It's more like people are accepting and
being
finally open to who they really are. So that's good. I'm always for that because a lot of people are in denial and really don't understand themselves just yet because they haven't had an environment where they could be understood in that way.
So before I list off all these episodes that you should listen to as well, check out my necklace. Don't know if you can see it. It has the pride flag and then a black fist for black and queer. And then I don't know if you can see my shirt. Queer pride.
Perfect necklace.
Yes. And then I got a bracelet with the rainbow as well.
Nice.
So I was representing today. Glad that I can finally wear pride paraphernalia and feel confident in it. So with that being said, all these previous episodes, let's see. LGBTQ plus and ally, hypermasculinity and homophobia, part 1 and part 2. Rocqi's coming out journey. Check that one out. Yes. Bye Pride. Bye.
That was a great one.
Yes.
Our famous YouTube clip that's been going viral for us.
We're over 2.5K views.
Yes. For our channel, that's really big.
Yes.
And I really appreciate everybody who's commented.
Yes.
And engaged with that one.
And actually check out our latest episode that we just recorded last week. What's it called? Ugly Truths and Beautiful Lies. Mm-hmm. That's where we actually answered a question from our audience, and it was related to him being a bisexual, fluid, queer man and dating a woman, and how soon he's to tell her all that. Right. So make sure you check out that episode for our response.
Yeah, you'll get to hear our responses to that question. Yes. And if you have a question as well,
feel free to reach out. Yes, in our comments, slide in our DMs on Instagram or Facebook at It's So Real. Yeah, check us out. All right, let's get into today's show, Black and Queer. Or Black and Queer. All right, so we just have a two sides of the same coin segment. So remember, we're going to flip the coin. Whoever wins it answers the question first.
She's freaking out. You saw that? I saw that. She's like, oh, the coin got flipped.
Just making sure you ain't trying to get what you want over there. Sure. All right, so yeah, we're going to call it, and then whoever wins answers the question first. All right.
You going to call it?
Tails.
Hey, guess who gets to go first?
All right. Okay. Sure. First question is.
I don't even know these questions. I'm hella nervous. I don't know nothing about this yet. Help me, please.
All right. So the first question is, who are some Black and queer figures in history?
Ooh. All right. Y'all put me on the spot. All right. So I'm not completely ignorant of the figures that we have. So I know we have Angela Davis.
Hey.
I know we have that.
Who I believe identifies as a lesbian.
Oh. Okay. I will take your word for it. I don't know because I didn't know the specifics. I didn't know if she was bi or not, but hey. Okay. We have Malcolm X, but I don't know if that was confirmed.
So Malcolm X was identified as bi, and this was due to a book, a biography about him. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't an autobiography, but it was a biography about him where the person interviewed like close people to him, and they all confirmed that he was bi.
Okay.
Now people do have some issue with that just because he isn't alive to confirm.
Right. So that's why
and they kind of say like, you're forcing someone to come out who didn't. But I would also say to that point, he wasn't really allowed to. Like, if you were a civil rights leader, you weren't allowed to have flaws. We couldn't afford it, honestly. And they would nitpick. They were already,
that's true,
under so much pressure and so much, what's the word?
Scrutiny.
There we go. So anything that was outside of the norm already wasn't really going to fly. So.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Who else can I pick from? Man, I'm not doing great with these.
You got two?
I got two, but I'm trying to get to three because three is like a good, solid number. Shit.
One more. Come on. You can think about this in history.
All right, in history. Shit. Duke Ellington, right?
Oh, I don't know. Let's do a quick Google. Now remind me who Duke Ellington is.
He's a famous musician, dope, composer. I think he plays 1,000 instruments. I know he plays the piano for sure. I'm not sure though. I might be mixing him up with somebody else.
No?
I
don't know.
See, I don't want to put that on the Duke.
It says Billy Strayhorn was Duke Ellington's gay composer.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe that was what it was.
Yeah, we look back on his openly gay pianist, composer, and friend Billy Strayhorn.
Okay.
So maybe that.
So maybe there was somebody who maybe associated with that, and that's how I got the idea. But maybe they were just friends. Who knows? That happens too.
Yeah.
So I can't put that on him. So I give up, y'all. Wait. Nah, he's not. Damn, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just passing on you. I know you know.
And that's the thing about historical figures is they weren't always allowed to be open about it. So a lot of times it's just like hearsay and what people have acknowledged about them. Sometimes they will be very like they'll say stuff like if there are artists in their literature or in their music, and people are like, you know. But yeah, it is hard to sometimes openly identify some of our historical figures as Black and queer. However, I'm a part of a lot of just Black and LGBTQ plus spaces. So sometimes during Black History Month or Pride Month, they do like kind of shell out
So like
the historical figures. So that way it normalizes it. It says we know these Black figures, but it's also saying they were also in the queer community, and it's like those identities can coexist and we can be proud of both of them. And just because you didn't know that they were like queer people exist among you, basically. We've always been here, you know. So more of that. But all right, my turn.
Your turn. Cause I only named 2.
All right. Well, the 2 you had was on my list.
Okay.
I
figured.
I also had James Baldwin.
I could have called him. Yeah,
I was waiting for you to call him.
Yeah, that was easy.
That was, in his mannerisms and stuff. It was kind of like, how can you not know? Langston Hughes.
Langston Hughes. So maybe I was thinking of Langston Hughes as well. I said Duke Ellington because I closely associate both of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just because I learned about, like, it was a time period where I was learning about Black composers and artists at that time, and I remember I was going back and forth between those 2.
Got you.
So now I'm seeing why I associate certain things with that. That's why I didn't know. But okay, keep going. This is fascinating.
Josephine Baker.
Okay.
It was actually, and I don't know if this was confirmed. It was a rumor, but the rumor was that Josephine Baker and Frida Kahlo actually hooked up together, and Frida Kahlo is bi as well. So yeah,
another one.
Yeah. Ma Rainey. Bessie Smith. And those were, what was this type of, the blues. They were big on the blues. And then Alvin Ailey.
Oh yeah.
Not to stereotype. However, there just are some things that makes sense. Yes, you can be a cishet man and dance to your heart's content. That is very possible. And also.
Y'all know what it is.
All right, let's go on to the next question before the mafia comes for us.
All right. I'll go with heads. So you, tails.
All right. So that's one each?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the next question is, and this is going to be a lengthy one.
Okay.
Well, a lengthy answer.
Okay.
Whew, and I get to go first? Okay.
Well, I want on first?
All right. Why is there such a problem with gay and trans people in the Black community?
Yeah, you can go first.
So I wanted to say gay.
Cancel.
All right.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to get out the way.
I wanted to say gay and trans specifically because they get the most heat from the black community. Like, sure, the alphabet mafia, there's a lot of us, but it's some that get more heat than others. Okay, and I would also kind of talk about gay men as well as bi men because bi men are associated to be gay men.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we talk about that in Bi Pride. That's actually the video that be over 2.5K views. Check it out. Check it out. Subscribe.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
All right. So first, I just thought about like the elders and how they would refer to gay men, and they'd be like, "Oh, that boy got a little sugar in his tank.
You're a little sweet."
Yes. So I think people will aware, and would even joke about it. Now is that joking in a shameful way, or is it just I acknowledge who he is and this is something about him? I don't know. But I would say one of the biggest reasons why there's such a problem with gay and trans people in the black community is Christianity. Christianity is very homophobic. Even though actual Jesus, I think, would have been fine. And that's the difference between Christ-like and Christian. Talk about it! But in that damn Bible, obviously I'm not Christian. It preaches against homosexuality. And it says homosexuality is a sin. Ergo, Lil Nas's X video where he's sliding down that pole all the way to hell.
I have not seen this video. I have no intentions of seeing this video. Why did y'all freak out so much?
Because it's like he was told, and he talked about it. He was like, I was told all my life I was going to hell. So then I made a video with me going to hell. Like, why y'all mad? You said this was going to happen. Now I'm owning shit. You mad about that too? You just mad. Go somewhere and sit yourself down, mind your business.
Yeah. People need to learn about putting their energy in other places.
You know.
Shoot.
But yeah, so because black people are hella Christian, and honestly, I would say that's because of the trauma and oppression we experience in this country, because honestly, that was a way to get through it. It was a way to survive. We had a network, we had a community, we had power within our churches. So and then just faith and hope. Like it was helpful for us to survive the traumas that we have. Nowadays, more people are rejecting the church and Christianity and figuring out their own spiritual beliefs, reconnecting with African traditional beliefs. Like, there's a whole lot's happening now. But it's still majority Christian within Black America. So I would say, and they will take that sin of homosexuality to the damn grave when everything else they just throw out the window, like divorce or sex before marriage, or, like, all those are sins, people. But suddenly, being gay is the fucking worst. I'm just saying.
I think it's because it's such a separator, something that you can easily put on, put somebody else, put on somebody else and make them an other within the larger community.
Which don't make no damn sense. Why are we dividing ourselves?
I mean, everybody needs a scapegoat, especially as you're a leader.
These ain't leaders I'm talking about.
Well, if you're somebody who's trying to be a leader,
they not. They just talking at their ass.
I'm talking about the pastors and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. Who are you talking about?
The congregation.
But yeah, if the pastor's preaching that, that gets people riled up because they have an enemy,
But again, why are we choosing each other as the enemy? We're all black, motherfuckers. You know why that is? That's the next one. White fucking supremacy. That's the fucking next one.
There we go.
Because when you are not allowed to be upset at your abuser, then you take that shit out on the people closest to you. I ain't got shit to do with that, but suddenly you hate me because I'm a little bit different than you, and yet I'm still going through the same exact shit. The fuck? And I also want to talk about the hoteps of today, who are also extremely homophobic and biphobic.
Oh, man.
Because they want this building the empire and the community, build the nation as they talk about it, and God forbid that any black and queer folks exist in that, because that's some white people shit, even though homosexuality existed on the continent, but because there's not as much record of that as there is the Greeks and the Romans and stuff, it's something white and it can't be black, even though there were plenty of black and queer people throughout history. But let's just reject all of that, divide us, because it's not my ideal of black America. Fuck you. That's why I don't fuck with hoteps. I got a little in my feelings there. Because obviously I'm queer, motherfucker. And black. You see me? Shit. All right, let's calm a little bit down. Okay. I would also say they pissed me off. Like, mind you, I was in denial for 26 years because my mom was homophobic. Like, she was saying that shit about God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and all that bullshit. Like, being black and queer and to have this much, that bullshit, yeah. To have this much.
Just because it rhymed don't make it
right. To have this much hate and shame and just rejection from our own people just because we're a little bit different than you. Like, fuck you, you're not pro-black to me. Because you're not for all black people. Yes, we're not a fucking monolith. We have individual differences. There are communities and fucking intersectionalities within this shit. It doesn't mean we're not black. It doesn't mean we still can't be a community and can't be unified. Sorry. It just, like, how dare you?
You want a hug?
Yeah.
Come here. We'll be back right after these messages. No, I got you.
All right. Masculinity is why there's such a problem. And honestly, I would say that's because black men are still searching for the acceptance and approval from white men. And therefore, anything that would point as a less masculine thing would stop that acceptance and approval. So when I was watching the Madam C.J. Walker series and Booker T. Washington character was like, we can't allow black women to rise above us before black men because white men won't respect us as men. And that's the same with gay and trans men or bi men as well, that yeah, we can't have those black men because then white men won't accept us as real black men. And it's that still seeking of acceptance and approval from white men, which I don't fuck with either, because I'm over here in the actually separate and equal. But that's gonna be something controversial, but I said it. Like, I'm cool with being in my own black bubble. I don't need their acceptance nor approval. Like, that's just me. But yeah, so that's all my theories about why there's last thing. So another reason that there's such an issue with, alphabet mafia is that people still don't understand, and they think it's a choice versus someone's identity, and therefore we're choosing wrong.
Yeah.
Like, people are still under that misconception. And like, for me, before I accepted myself and I was in denial, like, I was still a gay rights advocate because everybody deserves equality and equal rights and not to be fucking discriminated against. Black people who know about discrimination, God, they're infuriating. But yeah, people, we be having that conversation, choice versus born this way. And I was always like, why don't you just ask queer people? Like, why don't you just ask them? Then you would know. Instead of assuming something you will never know. Like, And then I know you have a theory about this.
I think. All right, y'all. Oso's theories. We back again. Last time it went viral on the video. Let's try it again.
It did.
Straight man's theory. All right. Queer people, stick with me. I know. I ain't part of it. I know. Stick with me. Let me hear me out and then judge. All right, but not too harshly. Damn, I got feelings too. All right. So my theory. Straight guy talking. Caveat.
So remember in the conversation of the Alphabet Mafia, whether it's a choice or people are born this way.
Right. So I have a theory that those who are very adamant about the persecution of gay people, and I'm going to use that in general, like, you know, because that's how they kind of categorize people. They just like...
Queer as the summal term for the whole community is something new. Not everybody uses it.
Right. So they'll just be like gay, you know? So for the purposes of this conversation, that's why I'll be using know that I mean no offense. Was that good? Y'all gonna still come at me? Probably. It don't matter. All right. So.
Damn, cancel culture.
I'm having fun with it because like if you can't tell I'm genuinely like and I'm not like I mean no ill will, then I don't know what to tell you. You're just gonna assume whatever you want anyway.
I just don't have time.
So anyways, so I have a theory that because they want to persecute anyone who's gay and within that community so harshly, and they say it's because it's a choice because they believe that it's a choice for them. Now think about a choice for you. They're saying that there's a choice of acting on it, which means, or at least implies, that there's an attraction to act upon. So for me, as being 100% straight guy, which is why I can tell that this is different for me than somebody else, I don't have any there's no choosing to sleep with a man. I have no desire, and there's no attraction whatsoever. So it's not like, oh, I'm resisting some type of temptation in order to not sleep with a dude. It's like, I don't want to ever.
That's not an option.
That's not an option. So it's not a choice. Whereas them, like let's say I'm a preacher.
So,
I'm
hold up, let me just reiterate. His heterosexuality is not a choice.
Right. It's not a choice.
It's who he is. He was born this way. That's his identity.
Right. I love women. Now, you know, I love women.
How do you do?
You know what I mean? Fine. Anyways, back to the matter at hand. So yeah, let's say I'm a pastor and I actually have attraction to men. What I'll do is try to persecute, and I'm a hypocrite, obviously, in this scenario.
There's a lot of those, actually. There's a lot of
So
those.
I'll try to persecute and say, you have a choice. You have to deny those feelings inside. You have to, you know, all that other stuff. And it's because I, as the pastor, have been denying my feelings inside. And I feel like if I don't get to enjoy those temptation feelings,
then why
you
should
shouldn't
you?
either. And that's why it comes down as harsher. Because you're actually trying to, it's almost in a backwards way, like you're talking to yourself. It's like you're like, don't do that, don't do that. When inside you're like, don't do that, don't do that. And you still have those feelings and that attraction.
Because why? We're born this way. It's a part of our identity. We can't help who we're attracted to.
So that's my theory, is that a lot of people who are like gung-ho, really like adamant, like if you have somebody who's got the battery in their back and like that's their mission, is like the persecution of someone who's gay, and they're adamant about saying in particular the choices, that means that they probably are resisting those choices because they have something to resist. There's an attraction within them to other men or other women or whomever. And it's like they can't deny, there's something about them that they can't deny that, so they have to, instead of internally dealing with that, they have to outwardly project that onto everybody else within the community. So that's my theory as a straight fella. And I really see it because I don't have those same feelings. Like, I don't have that, like...
knee-jerk hate.
Knee-jerk, yeah. It's like, it's weird as fuck to me, honestly, like, to be honest.
Ooh, also, like, for straight identified men who date trans women. and then results in them violently
really
attacking. Yeah, I know, but them violently
it's like
attacking
the dots
her.
on the screen.
But yeah, results in them violently attacking her. Like that violence.
Oh yeah. That's because your ass.
Because you're upset with yourself, for your attraction. That's what that is.
Like that's a
what
great
that is.
example.
That's what that
a
is.
great example.
Yes.
Yup.
Because I'm like,
why you mad?
Yeah, who cares? You care.
You was attracted to her. That ain't her fault.
You know, it's not.
You know what I mean? You fell for it. And then someone would be mad even after they follow through. Like, have sex and then still be mad because they're mad at themselves and then they have to take it out on the other person. So, yeah.
So, self-reflect and deal with your own shit.
Yeah,
Stop putting your shit on the rest
shit.
of us. Okay? Thanks.
Right.
All right, so in addition to that theory, what say you about why there's such a problem with gay and trans people in the black community?
So yeah, I gotta talk from my straight perspective, and what I hear a lot
Cis
is
chat as well.
Thank you. This is my translator. Make sure I don't get in trouble.
Well, no, you were saying straight, and I'm like, you're also cisgender, so as I'm also cisgender.
Right, but I don't remember to say shit like that. See what I mean? My translator.
Got you.
Yes. Know all the customs and shit. Like, I'm in a foreign land, motherfucker. I'm in a foreign land. Not trying to get fucked up out here. But from my perspective, I think like a lot of it is, well, you heard about like bucks when it comes to
buck breaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know that.
God, the hoteps be on that shit.
Yes, I've heard that. Shit. I've heard that whole notion. I'm sure that's prevalent.
Okay, pause. I identified as heterosexual for 26 years. Now I identify as bisexual. And the fucking master raping my ass would not, like, what the fuck? Nobody likes to be raped. The fuck? And that doesn't change your sexuality. Like, yes, you may have some fucking trauma, but it, like...
I think that's where it is. It's the trauma. And that never gets really resolved. Because I think women have had, like, permission to talk, even if it's, like, amongst themselves, about, like, some of the things that they've gone through. Some women haven't, and especially prior to the Me Too movement, a lot of women haven't. But there's, like, always been, like, that outlet for men. Nah, if some shit happened to you, you just gotta shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very true. Very valid
maybe
point.
there's that, and then like that knee-jerk reaction to that, to not wanting that within your circle or space. The whole masculinity, the whole reason why the other video that I did went kind of like mini viral, as I will say.
Our viral,
you know what I mean?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.
It's because of the whole theory, my other theory about like the masculinity when it comes to penetration. So go back to our other podcast. I'm not sure exactly.
It's By Pride.
By Pride? So go back to that podcast, take a listen. If you're listening, if you're watching, check out that video, give it a like.
I can put the link in the description box below.
You know what I mean? Give it a like.
Yeah. Share,
comment, let the people know.
Yes.
Because I think it's a good theory. But yeah, in short, to wrap it up, so I don't give too much away, so that I actually get some views and other stuff. Come on, go watch it. It's okay. Penetration, I believe, is associated with masculinity, while being penetrated is associated with femininity. And I'll break it down a little bit more in the other video. So
it's not necessarily you believe. I mean, you may, but that's what society is also.
Right. That's the theory, is that I think that a lot of people associate those two things, and that's why perhaps within our community, the black community, we're like, especially black men, very homophobic, wary of association with anything gay, because we want to keep our masculinity within intact.
Because again, white men didn't respect black men.
Right. For women, I actually don't know. Now that I say that, what is the... How would you say the relationship? Because with men, I think it's like very homophobic, like anti, like fuck that, oh, this is gay, you know what I mean? But what is the relationship? Do you think between the more queer community and black women?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think it's different? Like, how is it?
So it's not as violent.
Right.
You know, like, yeah.
Thank God for that.
Right. Thank you. But well, thank the universe and Mother Earth.
Yeah. All the time.
But I think who gets a lot of heat is stud lesbian women or masculine of center women. And they get heat.
That?
They get heat from men, from black men.
Okay, so it's back to men again.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, they get heat from black men. I would say trans women get some heat.
I'm trying to fight for y'all fellas. I'll try to switch it on the women.
Yeah, trans women get some heat from women. And honestly, as a cis woman, I think that's just insecurity in yourself. Because it's their life, it's their body, it's their identity. I don't give a fuck. Like,
trans women getting
heat from cis women.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that. I've seen some of that online.
Mm-hmm. Like, some cis women don't think trans women are women just because they don't have the body of a cis woman. And I'm like, I understand the differences. And that's what, with the trans awareness movement, it just made me reflect. I'm like, so who am I as a cis woman? And what are our similarities in the culture of womanhood? It just made me reflect and explore, not hate, shame, discriminate. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? I don't...
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have enough energy to hate people.
Right? Like, who has time?
I got shit to do. I'm trying to
live my best life. Shit.
I'm too busy trying to help people.
You just unhappy with yourself. Good God.
But okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Now that you say it, I kind of can see that.
Yeah. I would also say bi women, just in the erasure, but also I think it's lessening now with the bi queer pan awareness, but it's more so like it's again, it's not violent, but it could be a sexualization and objectification from both men and women. Whereas like some women are bi-curious and they're willing to explore sexually with a woman, but not romantically or emotionally. So things like that. But that's kind of what I've noticed with women. Yeah.
Okay.
And again, I'm just 3 years in to my bi and queer journey. So these are just some of the things that I've noticed. But again, I've always been, at the time, I termed it gay rights advocate. Now it would be ally. But yeah. Gotcha. But all right, are we ready for the next?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I think you're calling this one.
Okay.
What you got?
Heads.
Heads. Let me flip that again. That was terrible. That's better. That's better.
All right.
Tails, baby. Your boy's back in the lead.
Again, this is okay.
We be fake competing like a mother. Do you think I really care about one of these
This
things?
is just healthy competition.
Right. You know what I mean? Even
just
though I'm whooping that ass.
Just
Good
to
God
have
Almighty.
some
Whooping that
fun
ass.
on our show.
Whooping that ass.
And so our viewpoints can be heard.
Whooping that ass.
Alright. So the next question is, who are current black and queer figures?
Oh shit, I wouldn't.
And that's why I laughed.
Pass. Pass.
Nope, you go. Beep beep.
Pass.
I'm gonna let you have it. Go ahead.
I'm hitting the pass button, goddamn.
Pass it back. Tell me, who you know currently black and queer? Come on, you know some black and queer folks.
Yeah, I'm really blanking right now.
Okay.
Hold on. I got this. Mm-hmm. No, he just played a gay person. That's wrong. What how people feel about that? Anyways, that's another story.
Yeah, people feel ways.
He's white. What am I talking about?
Jeez, baby.
What am I doing, yo? Why Why can't I think of anybody right now?
Calm
This
down.
is so bad.
Take a breath.
Yo, this is wild.
Take some breaths.
Where the people at? Where the people at? Why am I thinking? Let me stop thinking about hip hop. They won't win a minute.
Yeah.
Lil Nas X. Boom.
Okay, that's one. Yes.
Let's just talk about. I need to think actors. Let me think actors.
That's what I was gonna say.
Think actors. Get off of Jada. All I keep thinking about is Jada and Red Table Talk. God damn it. Get off of that. Shit. Yo.
Alright, can I give you a hint?
Go ahead.
Alright, think of music, someone that you didn't know was a part of the Alphabet Mafia until you started listening to the lyrics.
Amnike?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Amnike. Dope. I haven't heard any. Anyways, Amnike is a dope-ass artist. I think he's from the UK. Yeah, his beats, and his melodies, fire. Fire.
And his flow.
Yeah, he gets
It's a beautiful.
Gets busy on the mic and on the with the production. So I fuck with him. I'm trying to think like famous ones, but I can't right now. It's wild. I'm sure you got a whole bunch. I'll just pass it to you, yo, for real. Yeah, I don't got it.
No actors?
I can't. I don't know why I can't think of them right now.
Alright. Well.
Shit. I just blanked on that motherfucker.
In terms of Jada, Willow, and Jaden Smith.
Okay, well, yeah, duh.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep. They both a part of the Alphabet
Maybe I was
Mafia.
trying to go more famous, because I feel like they're under Will and Jada.
I mean, they're still known because of them. Yeah. And they're more popular with, like, Gen Z.
For sure. For sure. That's true.
Janelle Monáe.
Damn. That was an easy one. What the fuck? I didn't even think about that.
And I believe she identifies as pansexual.
Yeah.
Amandla Steinberg.
Okay.
And I believe they are not cisgender, but I can't remember how they identify, but I do remember them changing their pronouns. But I don't remember what they are, so I'm just using they to kind of smooth that.
Cancer! Stamp, cancel.
Oh my gosh. Billy Porter.
Damn. Okay.
Be showing up with the dresses and be like the suit and the dresses, and then he did the half and half. That shit, yo. Love it. He be getting it.
Like, it looks weird. Obviously, it looks weird to me. But, like, it makes sense. If that makes
He be killing it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
He be showing what fashion can do. Like,
Right. Because
ain't no
he's
fucking
blending,
binaries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it makes sense.
I
wouldn't wear it because I'm not trying to look less binary. I kind of like the masculine. I'm like, hey, cool. Give me some jeans. But, like, because of what his, like, I guess, like, fashion is inspired by, like, that makes a lot of sense. That's, like, for that, what the idea is, I can see why it's dope. I don't know why people can't say that. Like, you can see that something's dope for the genre or area that's in, but it not be for you. That's like, somebody who dances a certain style, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I have no idea
that's
or
like
want to do that.
Rock music. I don't get it. But I know plenty of people enjoy it. Do you?
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Right.
At all.
I feel you.
You know?
Yeah. But yeah, you can still see talent. Like if you see somebody shredding on the guitar and he's going, you might not like that sound, but you know he's going in. You like, that's not my thing.
I don't even have it playing for that long. So
But I mean, if you listen to some old Jimi Hendrix, like before,
okay,
you know what I mean?
You know that.
Yeah, but he goes crazy at times.
Cause you know we invented rock and roll.
Exactly.
Chuck Berry.
Muddy Waters. Man.
Yes.
I'm talking old school.
All right. Well, next question. Oh wait, no. Last one that I had is one of my top 5 favorite comedians, and she is an alumna of our alma mater.
I cannot believe
Who
I
that
didn't
is?
think of Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes. And she was just repping Hampton in some interview she did.
You know what it is? I feel like we had this conversation, or parts of this conversation earlier, and I had a lot of names.
We did not.
Remember when we were talking about coming up with this?
Yes.
I feel like I had more names in my head than I did now. I don't know what the hell happened when I was alive. Yo, I blanked, yo. Hey, whatever. I came up with that theory. That theory was good early in the podcast, wasn't it? All right, I redeemed myself. I'm out.
All right.
On to the next question.
Next question with a coin.
Shit.
You call it.
This pressure. Heads. Shit. Yeah, you go. I don't even want to go. No more.
You don't want to win?
Y'all knew what I was trying to say. If you didn't, it's okay.
All right. So, to the point that you just made, the next question is, do Black people need to understand the LGBTQ plus community? Like, I think there is this obsession with understanding it in order to accept it. And I'm like, you don't need to get it. If you're cishet, you don't need to get it. Like, you will never have this experience. You don't need to understand. But what you do need to do is accept the fact that I'm living this way and I'm being who I am and get the fuck over it. And then also respect me as a living being. The fuck? But yeah.
It could all be so simple.
Like, why do you think Black people feel the need that they have to understand in order to accept? Or even tolerate?
I mean, I think it's Black people, but I think it's just people in general. Like, we really want to understand things, and we fear things that we don't understand.
Fear of the unknown, yes.
Yeah, so I think a lot of it's rooted in that, and there's been... It's almost, which is funny, but which is probably why you get so frustrated, because there's always been, like, campaigns or intentional, like, systems in place to kind of, like, demonize gay people in that community, just like how there have been for Black people. So it's like, like the whole AIDS.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They called it a gay people's disease, or a gay man's disease.
Right, and then not only that, but like let it just ravage.
Oh my gosh!
Like, who cares?
And they made no attempts. Yeah.
That's
like,
so. It's just shit like that, like
whew.
But then that comes with an association. So then it's like you don't want to have sex, and then you're fearful of gay people because you think that they're dirty or whatever, and all this other stuff. So like you have to go through all of that to just now where we're here, where we are now, and it's like that understanding's still not necessarily there. It's more like a
they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, kind of. You know what I mean? So I guess there's an acceptance of them not going anywhere, but like there's not necessarily an acceptance of
the fact that people love differently.
Yeah.
The fact that people can be attracted to different people, like in the realm of possibilities that exists. Just because it's not you doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And
it's really not that difficult to understand.
It's really not.
Understand the diversity of not only human beings, but like you brought this point up before, like just nature and
yo, there's so many like animals
really
who have same sex
you understand
relationships. Well, not really relationships, but same
sexual relationships.
Yeah, sexual relationships. Like them penguins, they be talking about penguins. They have children books about them damn penguins. And now there's like a famous gay penguin couple who adopted an egg, but now there's a famous lesbian couple who adopted an egg, and then one of the gay penguins went back to females after.
Whole ass soap problem.
Yeah, but yeah, like what was the number? I forget what the number was. It was large, like it was in the thousands of animals who experience same sex. Sex with the same
sex.
Yeah. Oh god, it's getting complicated. So yeah. So dolphins, one of my favorite animals. They do that a lot because why? Sex is not always for reproduction. You stupid motherfuckers. Understand that about humans. God damn, you're ridiculous. But anyways, sex in nature is also not always for reproduction. Sometimes, as for humans, it's for pleasure. People piss me off with their fucking ignorance. Like, if you took a moment to actually question and actually think about this, it would make logical sense. God. Because they always want to be like, with the reproduction, not everybody have sex for that. Heterosexual couples don't always have sex for that. Every single time a penis is inside a vagina, you want a baby to come out? The fuck no.
You don't. Fellas, you don't.
So I don't know why it's this. Again, it's. I feel like people aren't even trying to understand. They're just rigid in their thinking, and they're just rejecting.
Well, that's where that comes from. Like leading up to like the end of the statement I had before. It's all that stigma leading up to right now, where it's like people just throw their hands up, like, all right, they're here, but I ain't trying to learn nothing. Like, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to. And it's just a rejection of it. So.
And then another thing that comes with this lack of understanding is children. Like, they talk about teaching about sexuality in schools, and parents are up in a roar.
Yeah,
how they're treating Dwayne Wade's child. I think Zaya Wade. I think that's her name. But how they're treating her, and they're saying, like, some people are misgendering her. They're rejecting her gender identity totally. They're coming for the parents. They're coming for Dwayne Wade as a man, just because the child, even though, how old is Zaya? I think she's 12. She's in adolescence.
Why do y'all have time? This is what
I know.
Y'all see?
I know.
Why do y'all have time for shit like that? I don't understand. I don't get it. You got time for that?
I don't either.
Yo, that's wild.
But yeah, they say she's not old enough to know, and she can't make these decisions right now. Like, when you experience your first crush, I'm pretty sure you knew you liked whoever you liked. Okay?
Bruh.
And those crushes happen as young as 5. Like, children know. And if you talk to anybody within the queer community, a lot of us knew at a young age. Some of us owned it. Some of us was like, ooh, push it down. Some of us were like, I didn't connect the dots that meant that. I just experienced what I experienced. Like me watching, who did I like? Jasmine, when she was in that red outfit. Princess Jasmine.
Oh, from Aladdin?
Aladdin, yep. And then Shell from The Road to El Dorado.
Hell of a.
I repeatedly watched that movie. No idea why. It was for Shell. But see, you were allowed to experience that attraction. Because I wasn't, I couldn't connect the dots.
I could have showed you.
Yeah, she was fine.
I could have been like,
that was a cartoon character.
Looking at that scene right there, I think you like her.
It did
Because
not.
I keep looking at the same scene.
Yeah, right?
And I know I like her. So it seemed like you like what I like.
So, and I think what's happening is the reason adults are so uncomfortable with the whole community, and especially transgender as well, is because they don't know how to explain it to children. And it's like, your discomfort doesn't change the fact that queer and trans kids exist. And your discomfort in sharing this information means they have to grow up thinking that this isn't the norm, that this is okay, and not until adulthood, or at least adolescence, finally be able to explore and be open and accepting of themselves.
But that's kind of their security blanket for preventing it from actually happening to their child. Like, they think
if I
don't tell them anything, they won't go down that rabbit hole. Going back to the choice thing as well.
Yes. Queer and trans kids exist. Speaking to them about what's possible in the world allows them to accept themselves sooner. Did you just...
Nope, nothing happened. Everything's cool. Nothing happened at all.
So what I plan on doing with our children is I plan on getting books, children's books, that help explain it. And honestly, it's not that hard. Like, we're polyamorous. We plan on saying that families, relationships come in all different shapes and sizes. Some people, it's a mommy and daddy. Some people, it's 2 mommies or 2 daddies. Sometimes people feel more comfortable identifying or being a girl, even though they may have been born a boy. But we're going to respect that and use their name as this now and use she, her pronouns and things like that. Like, it's not that hard to explain. And you're worried about kids asking these questions, and you can keep it age appropriate and also say, I don't have the answer to that. Mm-hmm. And you can say, I will tell you when you get a little bit older. But it's like, kids are very observant. Like, you are ridiculous in assuming that they don't figure this shit out.
Yeah, I just don't think it's that complicated to discuss.
It's not, but that's your issue as your own individual adult self. It has nothing to do with the child.
But, I mean, to each their own. It's your children. I can't tell you how to raise them. Hey.
I can just see them in therapy when...
No, I can't, because I don't see children anymore.
Yeah. All right, next question.
All right. Ooh!
Did you want to call it? Because ain't nobody call it.
But I ain't see it yet. What's up?
Call it.
Heads. Tails, you got it.
I kind of want to pass this to you.
Oh, well, I wanted to pass it to you earlier. Go on.
Next question is, last question. How can we break the stigma and move forward?
How can we? Person who won the coin toss. I was gonna make you work for it. Come on, we got a show to do. What you doing? She's distractions. Distractions.
How can we break the stigma and move forward?
Yeah.
Be more accepting, compassionate, loving, celebrating people's differences, accepting the unknown. Yeah, I think those are good ways.
I would say just going inward so that you can go outward. Like questioning why you feel the way so strongly that you writing comments and arguing and your blood's boiling and
trying to speak the word of God when you are not them, whoever they may be, if they exist, but you believe in them, so.
But all that other stuff, like just questioning why are you that upset about it and where that comes from and whether that's healthy and whether or not your energy can be placed elsewhere. I'm not even asking you to accept anything necessarily. That's your own journey. I can't tell you to do that, but I'm asking you to question why your energy is so severe and so strong towards hating another group of people. Because that's different than you just doing your own thing. That's like you intentionally going out your way to injure, insult, shame, or all them damn words. You know it. You know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So it's like you gotta ask yourself why, because that's a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. I don't care what you say. That's a lot of energy.
That is.
So you gotta ask yourself, why am I wasting or devoting so much energy to people or a group of people or an idea that I find ridiculous or I find whatever? You gotta ask yourself that, because most people I know are building things if they're in a good place.
Like and share.
Right. They're looking to actually help out others in most cases. So just do some evaluation, some self-reflection on that, and then try to put your energy into a positive place. Because I think that is the best way to end the stigma for that subgroup. Because I don't know if it'll ever end, because people are just people. But for that group who's listening, who can actually hear what I'm saying, and is like, damn, I kind of do spend a lot of energy, think about it. Try to put it elsewhere. It will serve you much better. And then again, live your life. I'm not even asking you to accept anything. I'm asking you to change the direction of your energy. We'll work with other people on accepting, because I know I can't reach everybody. But if we can get a large population of these people who just are gung-ho about just putting their energy towards hate, to redirect their energy towards something positive, then I feel like that would do a lot towards ending the stigma, or at least mitigating it, so that people can live in peace. Because, yeah, not everybody has to agree on every fucking thing, dog. That's not realistic. It's okay. But hate, that's that bullshit.
And I think at the end of the day, people need to acknowledge that Black and queer and trans people exist. We have always existed, and we're not going anywhere. More of us are accepting ourselves and being out and loud about it.
That's true.
And we're still Black. Intersectionality, bitch. I'm a Black, queer, polyamorous woman. Cis woman. Intersectionality, bitch. But alright. Anything else? That's it for today.
Oh, wow, for real?
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of the show?
Yeah.
Damn, that was quick. Well, it flew by. How about that? I don't know if it was quick.
I was like, I feel emotionally drained.
Well, thank you all for listening. Thank you for listening to this straight man talk about a topic he knows nothing about, but is not immersed in. How about that? I'll say that. Because I am a therapist, so obviously I know a lot. But, you know, communities update and evolve daily. Yes. So if you're not in it, it's like, you know,
shit, I'm in it, and I'm already like,
you know,
oh, it's going by fast. It's too much.
I appreciate y'all allowing me to speak on some of these issues and listening in. I appreciate y'all listening, tuning in, listening to Rocky's more, I guess, experienced take.
And passionate.
And passionate, for sure. And just thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to both of our individual YouTube channels.
Life is Rocqi.
Life is Rocqi. Smart Love. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's So Real. It's So Real podcast channel.
Yes.
And thank you again. I really do appreciate y'all for tuning in. This was a great episode, and I hope some of the things that we talked about can help you in your journey, no matter what side of the fence you're on, what group you're in. Like, I just hope that your things that we said at least impacted you in a positive way. With that being said,
thank you so much for listening to It's So Real. What's your girl, Rocqi?
And your boy Oso.
You have a beautiful day. Take care of you.
All right, y'all. We out. Peace.
And love.
Always.
Hey, It's So Real family. It's your girl, Rocqi.
And your boy Oso.
And thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell.
Right, because subscribing and hitting that notification bell does two very important things. One, it gives you notification on our new content and make sure that you're up to date on everything that we put out every week.
Every week.
You know, every week.
Every week.
And then number two, it helps your boy and your girl out with some money. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it honest.
It's so real, baby.
But in all seriousness, this is just like the video portion, the YouTube portion of our content. We are It's So Real podcast. So we have all these episodes just waiting for y'all on how many platforms?
11 different streaming platforms.
11.
So it's up to you to choose.
Yeah, there's no excuses. We on everything. So whatever platform you're most comfortable listening to stuff, your content on, we're right there for you. So look us up. It's So Real podcast.
And our link tree is available on our YouTube channel. Go over there, find the platform that works best for you, subscribe to our podcast, and hear the full thing, because we have a lot more to say than what shows up on our YouTube channel.
Exactly. With that being said, check out the rest of our videos while you're here.
You know? And be sure to subscribe.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
And love.
Always.